Well, hello YouTube! In today's video, I'm going to teach you how you can double your Omi in just a split second. That's right, you can double the amount of Omi that you have. Well, that's kind of a bit clickbaity because you can double the amount you have in tokens, but not necessarily the amount in value. And I'll explain why in just a second. So let's get into it, shall we? Okay, so I made myself small and I'm down in the corner here now so you can see exactly what you need to do. Now, what I'm talking about when I say that you get Omi token, double your Omi token, is kind of true, but it's kind of not because it's a copy, it's a direct copy because Pulse Chain has just launched. It was all to do with Hex and Richard Hart, and now he's launched Pulse Chain, and basically what it is a direct copy of Ethereum with the same tokens on Pulse Chain. So they've copied the tokens exactly, put them on Pulse Chain, and if you have liquidity on the Pulse Chain platform, then that means that you can essentially cash out those tokens and put them into your wallet if you want to, and you're essentially getting money for free. Okay, now I say if because there's a few big ifs here, and that is liquidity is the main issue, but there are a lot of tokens that you can do it with. Now, Omi at the moment, I don't believe there's any liquidity at the moment, so even though you're going to get double the amount of Omi, as in you're going to get the same amount on Pulse Chain as you are here, unless Omi gets massively popular on Pulse Chain, then it means that it's not going to be worth anything at the moment. It would require it to be very popular on Pulse Chain for them to use Omi to do farming or whatever, to create a pool, and then once they've done that, then the people who've got it on the normal would then be able to cash out if they wanted to, and that kind of thing. Basically how crypto works, obviously. So bear all that in mind, but the reason I'm telling you about it is because not only is it kind of interesting, you're getting double your Omi, but also it's interesting because of the fact if you've got any other tokens that are Ethereum as well, Ethereum based, then you can actually use this same process and you may be able to get some money from it. So I thought I'd give you a quick rundown. So the first thing you need to do is you need to go to pulsechain.com. I will leave it in the description below, but you can just type that in yourself anyway and go straight to it. And then basically you've got to have your MetaMask open and you need to add the Pulse Chain network. So the way you do that, now there might be an easier way of doing this, I'm not really sure, but I'm going to do exactly what it says here, which is to copy the RPC, which is that, and let's try and remember the chain ID 369. Okay, right, so what we would do is we go up to here. Now as you can see, we've only got, this is a test MetaMask, by the way, it's not my real MetaMask, so there's nothing in it. Okay, so Ethereum mainnet. Then what you do is you would add a network. Okay, so you click on add a network and then this comes up, and then if you've got the network in there, then you can simply look for it there, or you can add a network manually. So that's what we're going to do here. The RPC URL is this, so we're going to paste that in there. Now what was the details, just so we know? 369 and PLS, so we put 369 and currency symbol PLS, and then the block explorer is optional, and the network name, you can call it whatever you want. Let's call it Fido. Don't know why. Oh, Frido, I don't know, it doesn't matter. Anyway, point is now you click save, and now you've got your added network. Okay, obviously you wouldn't call it Frido, you would call it whatever. Let's switch to Frido, and now it means, I don't know why I wrote that. Now it means that you've got Ethereum mainnet and you've got your Pulse Chain network, which is Frido. So here we go. So basically now you're on Pulse Chain. Okay, so that means that you have got another network and you can now search for what tokens are available. So whatever tokens you held on Ethereum at that point, what you would do is you would go over to this thing here, which is the sacrifice checker. This is on Pulse Chain, sacrifice checker, versal.app. I will leave the details in the comments below, but you can find this by going through the Pulse Chain website and clicking on certain things. It's the sacrifice checker is what you want to go to, but you don't actually want to go to the sacrifice checker. You want to go to the PRC20 token scanner. Now there is another website, I think it's prc20.com or something like that, where you can simply put in your wallet address and then it will come up with all the tokens that you would have essentially on Pulse Chain as well. So I will leave that in the description below. But the way you would do this, you would simply hit scan and then it would go through and it would simply attach to your MetaMask, and it's now going through and it's checking all of the tokens that I hold. Now it's not going to find any because obviously this is a new MetaMask. I didn't have anything on this wallet address or anything like that, but if you did, it would come up with the tokens. Once you've got that, it will automatically add them to your MetaMask. Okay, So that's one way you can do it. The other way you can do it is you can simply add the token in yourself with the contact address, but on your Pulse chain. So therefore you would go to import tokens. You would then find the contact address, and you would find that by going to here, for example, which is CoinMarketCap. I always use CoinMarketCap because I know it's the right thing. Then go to here where it says Ethereum. You would just copy that, which is your contract's address, which is down the bottom here. You would then go over to MetaMask. Where are we? Would you bring it up there? Yeah, import tokens. So we would click on import tokens. We'd put the contact address like this. Now it says this address matches a known thingy. The token symbol would be SHIB, I think it was. So therefore, yes. The token decimal. How do we know that? Normally it auto-populates. Let's see if it just does it. Oh, there you go. It's done. So there we go. So therefore, you've imported your tokens, and then you just click import tokens. And now, if you have got tokens of SHIB on your Ethereum, you would now also have tokens of SHIB on your MetaMask of your Pulse chain. You see? So you've basically got the same, exactly the same on there. Now, if you want to then sell them. So you can do the same with Omi, by the way. And incidentally, if you do this sacrifice checker or the scan for Pulse chain tokens, it will automatically find Omi anyway and add it in. So now I've got Omi on Ethereum, on the layer 1 obviously, and I've also got Omi on Pulse chain. So I've got double the amount of Omi. Now, as I said, it's not worth anything on Pulse chain because there's no liquidity, but other tokens you can do. So let's go and see how you would do it. So what you would do is you would go to Pulse X, which again I will leave in the comments below, and you would search for your thing. In this case, I'm not going to search for Omi because there's no liquidity, so I know it doesn't work. But for instance, let's go with SHIB. So I know there is there. So I would click in the SHIB address. There you go. We've got SHIB there, and then we just literally click import. Okay, so you need to make sure the source is correct, etc, etc, and you know it is because it came directly from CoinMarketCap, and then you've imported. So now you've got your SHIB tokens. Okay, so then what you would do is you can go to here. Now, if I was you, I would choose Ethereum as your thing, and I would go WETH from Ethereum. Okay, you want to make sure it's from Ethereum. So basically, what that means is that stablecoins on Pulse, from what I can gather, aren't really worth as much as they are. But what's happened is some people have taken Ethereum from normal Ethereum and they've transferred it across to Pulse, and by doing that, what it does is it's a one-to-one. So therefore, if you've got like one Ethereum on your Ethereum, when you transfer it across, it's basically bridged it across and it's made it one-for-one. So therefore, if you transfer it to Ethereum now, so say you've got, let's say 28 million, let's say 28 million SHIB, okay, that would now mean that you would have 4.34 WETH. And then if you literally just connect your wallet and then hit swap, then as long as the liquidity is there in the pools that have been created, it means that you will then turn it into real WETH on that side. So then what you do is you then go to the bridge, and then once you've gone to the bridge, you then have to basically bridge that WETH back to Ethereum. So here is the Pulse bridge. So here it is, just here. So what you would do is you would add here, you would add your thingy. So on the Pulse chain network, so what you do is you bridge back from Pulse. So you would switch this here, like that. So switch to, where are we? So we want to go, we got to connect the wallet first probably as well. So let's connect the wallet. Here we go. Now, bear in mind, I've got nothing on these accounts, so it may not work as easily as what it should do, but there you go. It works when you connect the wallet. So you would go from Pulse chain. You see, if you switch it like this, this is when you want to, you're switching networks between the things. So you basically switch the bridge to your Pulse chain, so they know you're on Pulse chain, so therefore you go switch network. And then from here, you would then basically look for your thing. So in there, you would have the balance of your WETH, and then you would bridge it back to Ethereum, which basically means that you've managed to cash out a fake token and get fake money from a chain that's kind of fake. It's weird. I don't know how it works and why it works, but it does. I've seen lots of people doing it with Pepe token. If you held Pepe before the 10th of May, before Pulse chain was linked, then you can do it with that. However, this is what I will say, it's all based on liquidity. So therefore, because a lot of people now know about it being on there with Pepe, and a lot of people know about this already, it means that the token price is going to go down, because obviously the more people that are cashing out, the less there's going to be available, etc, etc. So therefore it means that in some cases it's really not worth the gas fee back and forth. But have a check yourself, have a check. There is no liquidity at all for Omi, but maybe in the future there may be. But you know, for the sake of just putting the RPC in your thing and seeing that you've got that amount of Omi in your pulse is kind of interesting, I suppose, which is why I said about it. Incidentally, if you want to do anything on Pulse Chain, if you want to do any bridging, if you want to do any swaps, if you want to do anything at all, you have to have some PLS. And there was ways to get PLS. I don't know much about it, but you could sacrifice from what I can gather, and that was quite a while ago, and then you would get given PLS as part of your thing. And basically the people who sacrificed kind of got a leg up over everyone else, because when there was liquidity in the pools, they could take that out before anyone else could get it. And also PLS is actually worth, I think it's 3x what people originally sacrificed for anyway. So therefore you can also sell your PLS and get money. But the main thing is that if you want to get PLS, you need it to use as a gas fee. Now it doesn't take much anyway, because it's a layer 2 solution, or it's a different network basically, but it's basically Ethereum on a different network. The idea is to create a gasless environment, or a cheaper gas environment to Ethereum, and therefore people will use it. But obviously it's only just been launched, so there's quite a few people using it, but there's no liquidity for Omi and a few other tokens like Engine. There's nothing for that, so you've got to search your token and see basically. And the best way to do that is to go through and check on there, and also the PR20, I think it is, the website. If you click on that, if you put your wallet address, it will show you what tokens you're able to trade as well automatically. So you can literally just click on it, go to trade, and then add that into Pulse X as well. So there's another option, and I will leave that address in the comments below. But this, I'm not sure if I told you about this, but this is swap ETH to PLS. So basically all you do is you connect your wallet, and then you tell them how much ETH you want to swap, and then you would swap it to PLS. But I will say that the rates for this isn't as good, I think, as if you buy it on the exchange or whatever, because obviously there's this is a pool and people are making money from it, etc, etc. But if you want to make it easy, you got to get some in order to swap it, and if you're getting free money from a token at the end of the day, then it's probably worth doing. But it just depends on how much that token's worth, because when some people were putting this on Twitter the other day, they were getting like 15-20 grand, and then when people were trying to do exactly the same thing with their token, they were getting like $3 or $4 because of the fact that it's all been used up. So therefore it is a time sensitive thing, so make sure you get on it, and yeah, have fun with it. But anyway, that's it for me today. This is just a way that you can double your Omi in theory, but not necessarily in value. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. I will see you on the next video, and don't forget, this is not financial advice. Make sure you do your own research on all of these things. Make sure that you go to CoinMarketCap to be able to know exactly what sites you're going to. Don't necessarily just trust the links in the comments below. Make sure you go find those links yourself as well, because you know, if these links happen to be wrong and you lose all your money, then that's nothing to do with me, okay? Make sure that you do all of your research. Pulsechain.com is where you want to go, and you know, just make sure you don't get caught up with any of the scam links or anything like that as well. So yeah, have fun, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye for now.